Where were we? Oh, here we go.
His attorney's not from his criminal attorney is not defending him in his legal civil suit.
Yes. Let me see. Since the shooting incident, the Chicago district says it's continuing to make reforms, including expanded safety training, increased security, and better tracking of disciplinary actions and Patreon complaints. The Chicago Park released findings of its internal investigation, sharing Leto past 2 background checks. How the hell did he do that?
They're probably just criminal background checks.
Yeah. But that 2? Well, 2 was it? 23 was 2 years ago. Jesus, we're getting older. But yeah, stop shooting. There's too many fucking dude. I heard so many damn shootings. Like, there's 6.
We talked about it so much on the podcast too. I mean,
Yeah.
like this is what our second or third one today.
Yes.
It feels like every week there's a shooting one that we cover.
It's insane.
But
And then they said it was 47 after that day of Charlie Kirk dying. They said it was 47 school mass shootings in America. I think it was school shootings, but I'm like, the kids just got back to school. Fuck. Yeah, we got too much going on. Everyone take a chill pill. Smoke some weed. If that's not for you, get a drink. Be chill. Woosah.
I don't know, man. This might be leveling on that some conspiracy level stuff, but like, I think there's like a definitely a part of it possibly being played on by the government.
You know what, buddy?
Not
wouldn't
to
blame
like the thoughts of like some of the Columbine or any of those like conspiracy theories, but I mean in the sense of like, I've seen people talk about like if you look at the era after after World War II,
Mm-hmm.
like the golden age of America, where you had single income families buying houses, going on vacations. It was you could get a pension and retire as a janitor.
Yep.
It's
crazy.
It's like directly after that, like that led into stuff like the civil rights movement. The protests for the Vietnam War. Yeah, so that golden age of America led into the a lot of protesting and a lot of civil rights reforms. And there's a thought that the government did not like what happened when we had an excess of money. People talk that when people they're not worrying about money and their livelihoods, then they start focusing on more civil rights issues and like more like they're less focused on survival, so they could be more focused on morality.
Right.
And there's people that believe that the government did not like people having that much free time to think more on morality.
Definitely not. Especially with the hippie movement and all that. They were definitely pissed about that.
So there's an idea that that there's a thin line that the government tries to walk, where we have enough that we're complacent, but not enough that we can then go into another era of moral reforms.
Right.
Kind of trying to keep everyone down to a certain level.
And I want to add to this as well. So I found out there's a theory called, you ever heard of the gaslit theory?
Not to my knowledge. Not that I'm familiar with by that title, at least.
Okay, so the gaslit theory, also known as the lead crime hypothesis, posits that widespread exposure from lead from gasoline in the mid-20th century is a significant contributing factor to the spike in crime rates during the 1980s and 90s. Like, hence all the serial killers, etc. BTK and all those mass shootings and shit back in New York and everything.
Uh-huh.
And Son of Sam and all that. I think Son of Sam was the shootings. BTK was bound, torture, and kill. This theory suggests that lead damages children's brains, obviously, as from what we've known, leading to increased aggression, reduced intelligence, and other behavioral changes, which in turn correlate with higher crime rates. The theory is supported by observed correlation between the ban on lead gasoline and the subsequent drop in crime rates, with a notable time lag of about 23 years. So I found out about it from a guy named Marcus Parks. That's he's a part of a podcast called the Wolves of Ohio podcast of the last podcast on the left.
Uh-huh.
They talk about true crime and aliens and all that shit. And yeah, they've been doing this for like decades. They're the elder millennials. But he brought this up in their Aaron Hernandez episode like a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, I wonder. So that. Oh, that's Kitty. So I'm like, that's definitely got to be a factor. Plus, with them saying that they seen it, and there's a little chart right here, a little graph.
Well, what would be the new thing, or what is the news source?
So the news source he brought up, he said, actually no, he talked about this on Panic World, which is a podcast he guest stars on, and they talk about the internet, basically. The guy that was talking about the internet, that he's like, this is going to be so good for us and everything back in the day. He recently changed his statement like years ago, and he's like, I was so fucking wrong. But, so the new gaslit theory would be the internet, the way that we see, for instance, have you ever heard of Gamersgate and the Grapers and the whole Transmaxin thing?
I've heard of Gamersgate, but I don't know if I'm necessarily familiar with it.
I was hoping you would understand, because I've been ever since that Charlie Kirk thing. The next day I wake up for work in the morning and I just see all these kids, the Zillennials and the Gen Zers, like, we were in these Reddit chat rooms since we were 6 years old. The bullet casings, all that, those are from was it Helldivers, the game? That's the game.
Yeah, Helldivers.
So that is from that game, wherever certain words from that, from other games or wherever. It's a whole thing. It's basically these super red pill guys. You ever heard of real red pill accountant? So it's them, but they don't even think that, for instance, they didn't even think Mitt Romney was Republican enough. They still don't think Trump is Republican enough.
Oh, yeah.
So that whole thing, but so they're super radicals and all
and
that
Republicans.
shit. Yeah, and then they also have like, I guess I don't want to put the furries out there, but I guess one of the words was something about furries or whatever. But the Transmaxin thing would be technically them. Let me just double check. Is from what I was told from them talking about this, the Zillennials, that Transmaxin is technically a thing where the super far radical people, they'll basically they don't even like their girlfriends or their wives, and they'll basically talk to their best friends or whatever. They're incels. That's what they are. It's a term originating from incel, involuntary celibate communities that refers to the idea of transitioning for perceived social benefits. So they think that they'll benefit more as a woman if they become trans or whatever. So those guys are in that whole cult.
I think they, I could be wrong on this, but I would imagine they believe being trans and not necessarily being a woman is where they would get the benefits.
So yeah,
because I've ran into a woman that has made similar claims of transitioning to a man because she has the idea that they're going to get some social benefits.
Thank you for getting that for me. Okay, so there's that. So this is them, but they're still part of that whole. But they end up getting with the people in that whole Grapers community and stuff, and they're friends with them or whatever, and they get convinced by their friends to transition because they have the idea from their friend, or they already had the idea. So it's a whole thing. That's what Panic World, that's what they were talking about on this as well, on Panic World podcast. But they were talking about how, like, the new gaslit theory is the internet. The way that, because one, obviously the internet, everything we see on the internet is not real, but then the way that these kids, because a lot of kids are being influenced from all this. So,
I mean, we just talked about how
It's
like you're so influential as a kid when we were talking about like Fillmore.
yeah. So like and they're like it's basically like I will say like an entity that doesn't exist, but since they're doing it, it's making it real. And yeah, so the new gaslight theory it is internet. We still don't know what the internet is doing to us. Like we're trying to document it right now, but as Marcus Parks has said, and other researchers have said, like it might be another 20 years for us to know what's happening. All right, you out?
I'm gonna go to Serpentini
Oh.
or maybe another dealership. Hopefully, I come back in a new whip today.
Oh, okay. I'm like, all right. Hopefully, it's nothing bad. All right, cool.
And then yeah, that's really it. I might go to Walmart or some shit too. So let me know if you need anything.
For sure. All right, be safe. Do you want me to take that out
Well,
on the podcast? We're still recording. If not,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
fine.
all good.
Okay, cool. All right, love you, dog. Be safe. Hopefully, let me know what's going on.
I got you.
Hell yeah. All right, so he's getting a new car. Hell yeah. Hopefully. Yeah, because his axle was fucking breaking, and he was gonna replace it, but he's like, you know what? Let me just get a new car. So, yeah, but sorry guys. Back to the show. Yeah, so it's just something that we're gonna have to like. We're definitely gonna have to document it.
Well, I think one of the big problems with that is like the internet is constantly changing and evolving.
Yes.
You figure the internet isn't the same place it was when when it first started. It's not the same internet as when we first remember it as kids.
Right.
The internet's not the same place, like YouTube and that is not the same. None of those sites are the same as when they first came out.
Right.
The way they've been used and it's changed and evolved as our culture and what we look for as society changes and evolves. Like it's constantly shifting to meet current needs.
Yeah.
And that could be kind of difficult to determine to study how that affects on people because it's so quickly changing and evolving.
Right.
You know.
And that's what they talk. That's what they talk about too, and it's scary because it's like even 5 years ago, even like I would say even 3 years ago, the internet is not what it used to be. Like because it's just so many people on there, for one. Two, there's different things going on, different like new memes and new. Speaking of memes, the Pepe the Frog thing.
Yeah.
That I guess Smiling Friends is part. I guess they somehow took that over and did something with that. And it's not me coming for Republicans at all. It's just talking about like the ideology from. How would I say? Oh, Jesus Christ. There's leftists. Jesus Christ. There's extremists on both sides. Yeah. But
there's crazy people on.
Yeah.
In any camp.
Right. Exactly. But
like the worst of the group ruins. Ruins it for the normal people.
Exactly. It's like, for instance, like you did something bad in school, and then the teacher's like, you know what? No one else gets to have fun because you fucked up.
Yeah.
But it's scary just to see where it's gonna be, where we're headed with this. Plus, with everyone having AI girlfriends and stuff, the kids doing that, committing suicide over that. We talked about the guy that was cheating on his wife with the AI, right? We talked about that last week.
I don't know. I know we talked about the one where,
which is insane.
He killed himself over.
Yeah, that was the 14-year-old. Then there was another kid that killed himself from the AI girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember all the one. Like I think we might have talked about the one where he cheated on his wife.
Okay, I think that might have been off air. I would have to check. But yeah, it's just really weird. And then Elon Musk just said he's making a game with AI, too. I'm like, okay.
I mean, I think a lot of things are gonna start using AI for.
Yeah, and every commercial I get from watching YouTube or even if I'm watching Hulu or whatever, because they have commercials now, AI this, AI that.
Honestly, that would kind of make sense that if like some of these commercials were done by AI, because it kind of makes sense for some of these commercials because like. Man, it feels like the writing on them. Some of them are so awful.
Yeah, because I'm like, dude. Yes, I meant to talk to Brady about that. Oh my god.
Man, I'm trying to think of what it was. Like, there's one that it's like, I cannot remember Oh, it's the um God, it's the one about Pillow Day. Like I think it's a commercial for like some kind of like AI or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like um so it's like they're like the commercial's pretty much like, "Oh, imagine this. Like you're like this guy that sells pillows and you're supposed to send off this big shipment for Pillow Day, like
Right.
National Pillow Day." And it's like someone's not responding. And it's like, "Don't worry, you have such and such." And it's like whatever like the product it's promoting, and I'm like, how is this trying, like how is this selling this product? Like you're not telling me anything about what this product does.
Yeah.
You're not telling me how it's helping in the situation that's making me want to buy this product. You're just saying, "Oh, you could sleep soundly because you have this product."
Exactly.
But you're not like you're not selling it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's gonna be the future as well.
It's like I can remember back to like there was a point in my when I was younger that I was like, "Oh, I need to get Allstate insurance." Because like they sold it to me as a kid. Like they
It's
explained
all
like
stays, Dan. I can't do it. Go on. Sorry.
especially with like the accident forgiveness stuff. You know,
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, if you have into an accident, most insurance providers are going to raise your rates. But with Allstate's accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up." And I was like, "Awesome. That sounds great." Obviously, I was a kid and I didn't know any better,
Yeah.
but I knew enough that they were explaining. They explained it enough that a kid could understand the concept. You know?
Yeah. Was it somebody on a plane? Because I'm getting stuff from 10 months ago for that commercial.
I don't know because it's not like a visual commercial. I always hear it as an
Oh,
audio.
audio. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Like I always hear it on Spotify.
Okay, and it is Spotify right here. Wait, was it? No, I thought it was Spotify. I just seen the green and I thought Spotify. But yeah, it's just I don't know. Because obviously, I think we already talked about this. I'm pretty sure you heard me bitch about it. But they said that they got AI scripts ready to go. There's a movie that's coming out that they're trying to get to play at a festival, I think. If not, it's going to be in a theater. But they said it's going to be like $50 million for an AI fucking movie. And I'm like, what are we doing here? 3, you're putting actors and cast and crew out of jobs. So this affects me. It affects everybody that I know, at least. It affects the industry and anybody that's actually willing to do this. Go touch grass, because we do not need AI for movies. If I see some AI bullshit in a theater, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, people were already, and I wish people were as mad about AI that people were as mad about CGI in Marvel movies, or just CGI in general. Like I wish they were, because it's insane
I don't know.
and it's physically harming people.
I understand that it's cutting people out of a job, but here's the thing. I think eventually I would like to see society get to a point where it's everything's sustained mostly automatically, where
Yes.
people don't have to work.
Mhm.
They can do whatever they want with their time.
Right.
You know, get to a point where,
Right. That would be cool.
and part of that would be, you would have to get AI involved in a lot of entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously,
Ah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that, if they had more free time, they would put more focus and energy into arts and entertainment.
Oh yeah, definitely yes.
So you might end up with,
You making a mixtape over there, kitty? Damn.
so you might end up with more people working in those fields and not need the AI for that.
Right.
But like at the same time, you still need to train AI.
Yeah.
And right now, it's also a way to cut costs on some things. It's like, it's a good tool,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just that it's a tool. You know, it depends on how it's used.
Right,
You know?
and we need regulations. And then there's a new AI called Sora, or I guess it's more advanced because it's been out for a while. I guess. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well,
my
yeah,
bad.
the AI's got to learn.
Yeah, but they have it to where now Michael Jackson and Prince are just hanging out and they're talking. There's a video of something with Dragon Ball Z and SpongeBob, like them watching SpongeBob, but it's inside of SpongeBob's house or something. Then there's Michael Jackson doing stand-up comedy, and I'm like, it looks real, but you can still you could tell by like a little bit, but it's getting more dangerous because right now they just had a video of a cop from his body cam footage on that sort of thing of him chasing a Chucky doll, and the Chucky doll is way smaller than what he usually is. It's like this tall and it's running, and like the cops like talking like, "Hey, stop," or whatever. And how long until we start using that for that? Then I thought they said earlier this year they did that with a lady that got shot in her house. They did an AI thing. They tried to do an AI thing. Somebody tried to make it seem like she threw water on the cops. I gotta go back to that. But I gotta look back on that because there's so much about that damn thing. But how long until it becomes the shitty cops will end up using it, or just whether it's someone that you wronged or not even wronged, like someone that just doesn't like you, has your face doing like the most horrendous crime ever on an AI thing, but it looks so real. You got to go to court. You got to freaking, all that shit.
I don't know, because I mean, you figure we could have came across that same issue with Photoshop.
Yeah, but that was Photoshop. This is crazy.
I mean, it's effectively the same thing. It's in a video format.
Am I good?
What do you mean?
I think I just lit my damn eyebrow. Or almost.
I don't know. You just said yesterday how you don't have that.
Yeah, that's true, but still, I need something, dude. I need a little bit.
I mean, I can see hair there. I don't know how much you had before and how much might have been singed off.
We good. I think we good. Hey, somebody will tell me at work. But go on, my bad.
Crap, I forgot what I was saying.
Photoshop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, granted, you have to know how to use Photoshop where AI can do that stuff for you.
Right.
But I mean, it's still just another way of possibly editing something. So, and I'm sure the ones that are the most expensive or the best products are going to be the ones behind paywalls,
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you have some free photo editing software, but they're nowhere near as advanced or as easy as like the more expensive ones. There's a reason the things that people use to make movies and stuff are expensive.
Yeah.
Because they have they have higher quality.
That's true.
So, I don't know that this is something necessarily the public could get their hands on.
Right.
But
it's
I mean,
gonna be years.
We're already living in a world where who knows what to trust.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who knows what's real and
what's not?
what's a lie.
Yeah. Which is it's scary already, and it's sad as hell.
I mean, that's kind of been all of history. Like history was written by the winners.
Exactly.
How much was skewed? Mm-hmm.
And we still finding out more shit about the past because they hid it or they burnt it, but somebody else had some of the files, and they're like, "Hey." But yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's just freaking weird.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think the best is to get some regulations around it. I mean, I think the biggest issue might be using actors' likenesses without permissions.
Because actors came out after 2020, and they're like, when we were in a pandemic or whatever, and we had our little, when we had time we could go to our to set or whatever, like they were scanning our faces and stuff, and then boom, that Black Mirror episode came out about the AI thing. That season came out in 2021, I think it was, and they were like, this is exactly what we were talking about. They were using one of the actresses' likeness for her to do movies and stuff and all that. I think Selma Hayek was in there. Beautiful woman. But yeah, so it's like we need to figure something out with that. I didn't mean to cut you off again for how much time.
The other thing is I don't think it'll ever take away from like actual writers and actual artists. Like I'm sure it could get to like AI could get to a point where it could be past like serviceable,
right?
Like as normal entertainment. But I don't think I don't know that it'll ever get to a point where it could like a machine can imitate a masterpiece.
Right, exactly, and let's just hope, because we still don't know. Hey,
Well,
truth is stranger than fiction, baby. So,
here's the other thing. I mean, if it is true, it might not necessarily be a bad thing.
it might not.
Like it might suck for some of the creators that can't put out something as high quality.
Right.
But like. I mean, I guess it kind of like it probably would suck in a way, because I'm sitting here thinking on like the positive idea of it is like, is it so bad to live in a world where all the art is masterpieces?
Yeah.
Where all the TV shows are bangers.
Right.
But on the other hand, it's like if everything is amazing and amazing becomes commonplace, then it becomes trivial. It's no longer amazing.
My cousin sent me a video about this like a month ago, and it's like, dude, we got too much content nowadays. Like, back in the day, we had all this. We went outside and all stuff because we were bored. We need boredom back, bro. We missed you. It was like these little weird fat stick figure little animations, but they're just talking about how like we had all these good shows and stuff, and how we thought of ideas because we were bored, so we thought of something creative. So that kind of goes with that too.
Boredom sparks creativity, but boredom also sparks bad behavior.
That is very true. From kids blowing shit up when I was in middle school. There was a kid, I'm not going to say his name, this little asshole. We had beef when he came over to Parma, our third grade year. But anyways, fast forward to 7th grade. We're going into 7th grade in the summertime. And he's like, yo, Trevante, what's up, dude? We're at Dollar General. He's like, yo, I'm about to make some bombs. I'm like, what? I'm like, how the hell are you going to make a bomb? And then he's like, yo, so we're getting bleach and something else. And I'm like, gotta go. I'm not hanging out. Yeah, I'm skateboarding home back to Chevy when I was living there. And then, I don't know where. Okay. So I'm skateboarding back because I was living by Chevy. And as soon as I get like close to like my entrance, or like, no, not the entrance, it was by that Coin Laundry, I just hear boom. I'm like, this motherfucker was for real. So I just started skating faster and shit. And I get into the house with my mom's pop, because she always wanted me to get her a Pepsi or whatever. And she was like, you good? I'm like, yeah. She's like, what the hell was that sound like? Kid, went to school with the one I had told you about that called me the hard heart. He's making bombs. And she's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, you gonna go skate? I'm like, no, I'm staying in. I don't know what that little fucker's capable of. I'm staying in. But yeah, so that little shit, that boredom. Also, is the reason why V got into drugs, as V says. But I'm like, I don't know about that one. That was a little false. But yeah.
I will also say, who's to say some of the issues we're not coming across today isn't caused by boredom?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, and
sometimes
also
having too much choice is a form of boredom, like choice fatigue, like doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling, yes.
It's all just some stuff that fills boredom.
And the thing is, too, another thing, I didn't really think about this till the guy Marcus Parks also said, like, majority of these people who are super radical or whatever, it's just because they want to fit in. And then they get in. They not so much they want to fit in. They want a group. They want friendship.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I guess so. It's basically the outcast that get turned away. You ever see Chronicle?
The movie?
The one where I told you about where I could have had a threesome, but I blew it off so we could watch the movie because thought I was talking to this one girl. And found out it wasn't the next week. This is like when I was a senior.
Yeah, that was the one where they had, like, they came in contact with, like a meteor or something like that.
Yeah, it was
got powers.
Crystal,
and then, the one guy got, like, really strong and was, like, becoming a terrorist.
Yeah, so, like, I always think about Dane DeHaan's portrayal of Andrew in that movie when I see, like, stuff like that. For instance, like with the Charlie Kirk thing or even anything else. I always think about, like, what happened, like, what's their lifestyle, you know? I always think about that. Not trying to, not so much, I guess sympathize, but, like, more trying to figure out, like, what was missing for this whole situation to go that way. You know, like, for instance, like, now I found out from hearing about the last podcast on the left, they were doing this stuff on Columbine, but the two kids, Dylan and Eric, they weren't bullied. That was just the narrative that the news went with. It was just a better fucking story. And two, like, all the kids that were in that school were like, no, these guys were just assholes, dude. That's all it was. And then, like, they were getting all the interviews and shit. So then, of course, you get it to where it's like, oh fuck. Well, all right. We're still gonna talk real quick about the log out. So then you get it to where it's like, you just have it to where it's like now the news just use or whatever media will just be like, oh yeah, could it be mental illness now? And that's been since that. I'm like, obviously there's a mental illness, but it wasn't because they were fucking bullied. That's why they shot up the school. So now it's like every school shooter is like, or any mass shooting or any casualty or craziness. We just gotta be like, what really happened, you know, and not go with the narrative of, oh, they were bullied.
Well,
Some I would say probably were, but the Dylan and Eric thing for Combine, that was a load of bullshit.
well, that kind of goes back to the point where we talked about earlier about like you don't know what's real.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you can't. It's hard to know what's the truth and what's like a fake narrative.
Right.
And then also, oh man, what was my other point with that? Crap. I hate when that happens.
Same. Because I did that a couple times. I forgot. Mid speech, I forgot.
Yeah, because oh, the empathy or understand. Like I think it definitely seems important to like try and understand where people are coming from. It's like it helps us. I think that kind of can help us and address these situations and try and prevent more tragedies. It's like I think one of the biggest issues right now is just like how divided we are, and I know everyone talks about it.
Mm-hmm. But no one does anything about it.
Yeah, well, it's so hard to try and come together. It feels like we're purposely being pushed apart.
Yeah.
And everyone, it feels like no one wants to see the other person's side, you know? It's like when you have a stance on something, it feels like some people are unwilling to try and see what the other side is thinking. You know, I think a lot of people get trapped in confirmation bias.
Yeah.
And they turn everything into an argument, and it's a matter of who's right and who's wrong.
Exactly.
And not trying to understand someone else's perspective.
Yes, that, and then also you got a lot of people that can't admit when they are wrong.
Well, funny thing.
That's the thing.
A funny thing about that, when someone tells you you're wrong, it activates the pain center of your brain.
What?
Yeah.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
go on.
It literally makes you feel like you're physically being attacked.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
People have a natural response, natural and negative response to being told that they're wrong. Like,
Fuck.
Obviously you have to be able to, tell someone they're wrong, but like, going up and telling someone like you're wrong is never gonna change their mind. That is
physically.
You kicked the door closed on yourself the moment you said that.
What? I did not know. Oh wow.
I mean, obviously there's exceptions. There's going to be people that are going to be more open to hearing other people out.
Right, but some people
they'll just immediately shut down and get defensive.
Because of...
And they'll just double down no matter how wrong they are.
This is why science is cool, people. Jesus fuck. I didn't. Okay, so I seen a thing. I forget what it's called. There's nurses coming out, and doctors, and like, when you're talking to someone that can't understand what you're, basically what you're trying to tell them, like from whatever it could be, it's just because, what is it? I forget what it's called. Was it? Oh my god, I forget what it's called. But basically, they can't understand what you're saying. Like, for instance, like with the whole, if you tell somebody they're wrong, they can't understand why. Because of that whole situation. I forget what is it social? Let me double check. I gotta pee so freaking bad. We're about to wrap it up in a sec, guys. Let me just get this damn word.
Yeah, as I say, I think we've been going for like
2 hours.
I think it's longer.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a two-parter.
I was gonna say that we might be getting close to 4.
Are you serious?
It's
12.
It's almost 1. I think we started at like around 9.
Shit. Never mind. This is not what I'm looking for. All right. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up. I gotta go to the bathroom. Thank you for your time today. Anything you got coming out? No.
No, I
Nothing
don't
new.
think so.
No book. You're not trying to be New York's best time seller.
No, dude, I'm not. That ain't my type of thing. You know?
I'm gonna wait for it. I give it another like 5 years. You're gonna have a book out. You're gonna have that dumbass pose that every book artist author has, like the one that Steve Harvey has in his. But
I don't know. I think I'd be more likely to have someone to write a book about the things I say as opposed to me specifically going and writing a book.
all right.
It's like I'm more likely to be a participant. I'm not necessarily likely to be the one to initiate.
All right. Now, can we say your brother's name or no? Should we just say happy birthday to your brother?
I would just say I don't know what his take is.
All right.
so I
Happy
can't speak for
birthday
him.
to our brother. Yeah. Happy birthday. And we're out of here. I was gonna say something dumb. But I'm not gonna say nothing dumb.
Still haven't standardized that outro, have you?
No, I haven't. But have a good week. Have a good day. I don't know. Wear a condom. Who cares? I don't know. I don't know. I'm spiraling at this point. No, but thank you for potting with us and thank you for rocking with us. And stay out of trouble. Take care of your mental. It's not your fault, but it's your responsibility. And on that, we are out. We're the Wolves of Ohio podcast. And we got stuff to do. Bye. Love ya. Love you, Grandma.